A very unique feature about the Rubin Museum of Art and its holdings is that unlike many, many other collections and museum collections, the Rubin Museum collected many, many different examples of the same subject. And here we're going to look at Shri Devi. Shri Devi is a female deity in Tantric Buddhism, wrathful. She has a number of different appearances. Some people say that there's 21 different forms, but actually there can be many more than that, depending on various Tibetan textual traditions. But the Rubin Museum has approximately 46 or more examples of this in both painting and sculpture. Primarily the objects are paintings, are scrollwork paintings. Now, for the sake of just looking at the very best ones, we have about 10 examples out of the 46 that are really quite exemplary. And just going in order of the catalog numbering on HAR, we have a Shri Devi on a black background. And this one is quite well known because it's also, we chose this as the cover for the publication Demonic Divine, the first official exhibition at the Rubin Museum of Art back in 2004, October. I say first official exhibit because it's the first one in the building, whereas we had done an exhibition a year earlier in Oglethorpe, the female Buddhas, and we had other small things that were going on. But anyway, the Shri Devi on the cover of Demonic Divine is quite good, comes out of a 7-painting set. It has an inscription on the back. It's a unique inscription, and we were able to locate that inscription in the collected works text of the commissioner of this set of 7 paintings. It's 18th century Gelugpa, and I believe 4 other works from the same 7-painting set are also known to exist. The second painting is a mandala, and this is earlier. This is 16th century, and it's very beautifully done and a very rare form of Shri Devi, but it's done as a mandala. It's actually Shri Devi and Mahakala conjoined, sort of partnered and sitting on a horse together within a triangular or a Dharmakara-shaped kind of space. Now, the next one is, again, another black ground, and this one is more of coming out of Shalu. It's a special protector, Shri Devi, of the Shalu monastery tradition. Now, the fourth one is a textile. It's large format, and it is applique. It's hard really to say if it's truly Tibetan or if it's more Amdo or if it's Mongolia. It also has a lot of precious stones, semi-precious stones, and freshwater pearls sewn into it as decoration. The fifth painting is again a black ground. It's actually Ochen Barma. Ochen Barma is quite rare. We don't see a lot of examples of her. She's very much related to the Vajrabhairava cycle of teachings of tantric practices. The next painting is what's called a kangze. It's a wrathful offering painting, and at the center it's showing a torma offering. Torma just means a kind of a food offering, but it's done in these sort of rocket-shaped, cone-shaped red objects on a plate in the middle. It's being identified as a Shri Devi because of the peacock parasol umbrella above, and then also it has a number of the hand attributes of Shri Devi surrounding this sacrificial cake, this ceremonial cake that's being offered. Again, we have a black ground painting with gold fill, and this is quite an interesting piece. Most likely to be early 18th century, central Tibet. Now, the oldest piece in the group is quite a small example, but it really is, should be, most likely it should be 14th century. It could be early 15th, but it's Shri Devi with 4 arms. It's the earlier of all the forms of Shri Devi coming out of India. Now, then we have two examples of sculpture. Now, one is of a lion-faced figure. Now, this is actually a retinue figure for a one-faced, two-armed Shri Devi. And so we do not have the central figure, nor do we have the second retinue figure, which follows behind, which has a Makara face. Then the last object out of the masterworks of the Rubin Museum for Shri Devi is actually a black stone carving, again, of this Rabtenma form, this form that was really promoted originally by the Shalu monastery in the 14th century. So there you have it. We have 10 examples of masterworks from the Rubin Museum of just a single subject, the subject of Shri Devi, a protector deity, and there's 30 more that can be looked at from the Rubin collection. And this just shows a wealth that people don't often think about, is the wealth of the variety and different styles, examples, and periods of a single subject in Himalayan art. And this is really a special characteristic of the Rubin Museum. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can also make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.